This is Maurice Waters with Black Sci-Fi TV. I'm here with Med-Beq, who probably is most commonly known for his role as Jar Jar Binks. Welcome to blacksci-fi.com.
Thank you. I'm glad you guys showed up.
And this is your
time.
Of course.
For Black Sci-Fi, because black people in science fiction, there's no such thing as CP time.
Right, exactly.
It's only Black Sci-Fi time.
Right, we're breaking the stereotype.
You know what I'm saying? Killing it, destroying it.
This is the future, and that doesn't exist anymore.
Absolutely, absolutely. Neither do stereotypes and/or racism, prejudice, and anything of the sort.
Exactly. That's what we're trying for.
That's right. That's how it goes down.
So this is your first convention, right?
Yes, it is. My very first.
So how is it? You like it? You enjoying yourself?
Yeah, it's cool. You know, I came out because I really wanted to get a feel of everybody and what everybody likes and what everybody's thinking about. And, you know, I never ever had the chance to speak one-on-one to the fans of Star Wars, let alone, I never thought anybody would be interested in seeing me, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
So I'm trying it out.
Okay.
So,
so if you can tell us a little bit about getting the part as Jar Jar Binks, did you know that that's what you were auditioning for, or was it?
No, I didn't. I mean, they told me it was, when I first started, they were like, it's a new character. We can't tell you what it is or what it looks like, but it's going to be brand new in the Star Wars world. And then they just put me through a bunch of paces at ILM with motion capture and with George Lucas, and you know, 2 weeks later, I got the part. Yeah.
So was that your first real voiceover part also?
Yeah, it was. It was my first real voiceover part. You know, it was my first real. I mean, I did a lot of short films, a lot of student films, but I had never done anything in that grand of a scale before.
So how do you feel about the character Jar Jar Binks itself? I mean, it's such like a innocent character. Really, I would assume designed for kids, yet it was kind of polarizing at the time.
Yeah, the polarization really came from mostly the popular news media and their agenda with George Lucas. And because the character was so new and it was very easy to point out, and because it didn't fit with the dark mythology of Star Wars lore, it was a very easy character to pinpoint and use against George Lucas. But you know, like I keep telling everybody here, I'm a kid from the South Bronx. Like, I got a really great job and I enjoyed it. You know, for me, I didn't really let the media attention really affect me. You know what I mean?
Okay. So, and not only that, you've also played, well, it wasn't yourself in Star Wars, but another alien in the bar scene also, right?
Yeah, I played.
A lot of people missed that.
Yeah, and they named it something close to me. They called it Mek, and I think that was one of George's, you know, staffers who came up with that name. But that was Anthony Daniels. He grabbed me and he was like, "Yo, we're doing this thing. Here's a uniform." And I was like, "What are we doing?" You know. And so he shows up too in it. Like George shows me, and then Anthony shows up as well in that same scene, in the bar scene.
And not only are you acting, but you're also working on music. Now, you did music before?
Yeah, music is, I kind of always did both of them at the same time.
Okay.
I focused more on music at the time because that's a lot of the attention that I was getting. I was doing a lot of writing, I was doing a lot of producing. Once Star Wars happened, while I was in Stomp, I was still really pursuing the music career a lot more vigorously. But once Star Wars happened, the acting side just took off a little bit more and my focus shifted over to there. But I still play, I still produce, I still write, I still have music out there under different names and different bands and stuff. So you might be listening to me right now.
Okay, all right. And so can you give us some of the names or something to look for, or do we go to your site? Or?
You got to go to my site, go to my Facebook page, go to my Twitter page.
Okay.
Which is all my name, Ahmed-Beq, Twitter, Ahmed-Beq, at Facebook.
Okay. And it's really you. I mean, sometimes.
No, it's really me.
Okay. Right.
My website, there's an administrator, but it's really me on Facebook. It's really me on Twitter.
Okay.
And I'm dropping stuff about my music. I got a new show that I'm working on, a television show, which is a sci-fi comedy with
LeVar Burton, right?
LeVar.
Okay.
Me, Wayne Brady, Tracy Toms. We're doing a show called The Nebula, which is an all-black sci-fi comedy.
Wow. When is that coming out? Is that still being worked on?
It's still being worked on right now. Hopefully it'll be at a network near you sometime really soon. We're just waiting for the right person to come along with the right amount of vision. But we're working with a couple writers from Robot Chicken, who I'm good friends with because of Seth Green, and working with Seth Green on it, and I think it's going to be a really good thing once it happens when it drops.
All right, and in closing, we always ask, because our motto is inspire your imagination.
Yeah.
So we always like to ask the people that we interview, what inspires you and what advice could you give to the audience at blacksci-fi.com?
I guess the thing that excites me and what inspires me the most about sci-fi is there are no limits. You know, it's your imagination is the limit, and however far you want to go, you can go. I think reading is the best way to be a good writer, you know what I'm saying? And I think if you want to be anything in this entertainment business, I think you learn from the greats. You know what I mean? I always say that George Lucas was my film school, because I used to sit behind him all the time on set and learn from him and see what he did and why he did it, and you know, ask questions verbally or ask questions mentally and see if they get answered somehow. But you know, to constantly be a student is pretty much where I always like to be in my life, you know, and just learn from the environment, learn from people around me. But reading, writing, you know, being observant, watching a lot of movies that I appreciate, listening to a lot of music that I appreciate, I think that's what, you know, helps your imagination to grow, you know, and continually cultivate your imagination and believe in it. You know what I mean? Really, really believe in your imagination, because at the end of the day, if you don't believe in you, who's going to believe in you?
Right, definitely,
you know what I mean?
Definitely. Thank you so much for being on blacksci-fi.com.
Right, it's about time.